This is the 2019-2020 grade level assessments training video for all teachers, proctors, and anyone who will have any contact or interaction with this year's MAP grade level assessment, grades 3 through 8. DESE's strategic plan, their vision, is that Missouri Public Schools, the best choice, the best results. Their mission, the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's mission is to guarantee the superior preparation and performance of every child in school and in life. And their goal, all Missouri students will graduate ready for success. Their strategic priorities are A, access, opportunity, and equity. Provide all students access to a broad range of high-quality educational opportunities from early learning into post-high school engagement. B, teachers and leaders. Prepare, develop, and support educators to ensure an effective teacher in every classroom and an effective leader in every school. C, efficiency and effectiveness. Create an internal environment of continuous improvement, effective programming, and efficient business operations. Grade level and content tested. All Missouri students in grades 3 through 8. English Language Arts ELA will be assessed in grades 3 through 8. 4 sessions in grades 4 and 8, 3 sessions in grades 3, 5, 6, and 7. Math in grades 3 through 8, 3 sessions. Science in grades 5 and 8, 2 sessions. English Learner or EL students. English Learner students who have been in the United States for less than 12 cumulative months at the time of the test administration may be exempt from ELA assessments. Please indicate this in eDirect under All Applications, Student Management, and Manage Students. All EL students must participate in all other required assessments, math and/or science, regardless of their time in the United States. Other populations, students eligible for MAP A do not take the MAP grade level assessment, and the test coordinator's manual covers other special populations. Testing windows. Districts now submit their entire district testing window instead of content-based windows. The submitted windows are used for scoring capacity planning purpose only. Districts have the flexibility to modify their submitted window without informing DESE or DRC of any changes. Our district testing window is April 6th through May 15th. Universal tools and accommodations. Universal tools are available to all students taking grade level assessments unless otherwise noted. Accommodations must appear in an individualized education plan or a 504 plan. Some universal tools and accommodations are only for use by English learners. EL students are those marked LEP-RCV in core data. Some universal tools and all accommodations need to be marked in eDirect prior to the assessment. Complete descriptions and codes for tools and accommodations are available on the DESE grade level website under the Resources tab and in the Test Coordinator and Examiner's manuals. Please carefully review the tools and accommodation procedures. Test examiners must be aware of the tools that have been specified for each student. At this time, please pause the video and hand out the Universal Tools and Accommodations packet. Grade level read aloud. Read aloud of all directions and items in any subject except ELA reading passages is available as a universal tool in 4 ways: text-to-speech, human reader, assistive technology, native language. Read aloud of an ELA reading passage requires an IEP or a 504. Any read aloud tool must be marked in eDirect before testing. The district has chosen to apply the universal tool of text-to-speech, not including ELA reading passages, to all students. Decisions to read aloud should be made by educators who work with the students on a regular basis and believe it's necessary. DESE does not recommend the use of read aloud for students who do not use it as part of their everyday learning in the classroom. The use of read aloud for some students can provide distracting and become a hindrance to student performance. Read aloud of ELA listening items will require the download of a script. And listening items also have closed captioning and ASL video for the deaf, hard of hearing students. Once again, the district has chosen to turn on the text-to-speech, not including ELA reading passages for all students. For that tool to be utilized, the students do have to click a play button, otherwise they will not hear the audio for the questions. Invalidations. Use of these accommodations will cause an invalidation in the content area, and the student will receive a lowest obtainable scale score, or total loss. Use of a calculator on non-calculator allowed items in grade 3. Use of a multiplication table in grade 3. Use of read aloud for ELA reading passages in grades 3 through 5, except for blind students who cannot yet read Braille. Using of one of these accommodations, even if required in an IEP or 504 plan, will cause an invalidation as the use of that accommodation changes the construct of the item being assessed. Please look back through your accommodations and universal tools handout to see other accommodations that will cause an invalidation on a student's assessment. Paper pencil editions. Paper pencil editions of the test are available for students with an IEP that says the student should take the paper pencil assessment, students who are testing out of district, homebound students who cannot come to school to test, for EL translation when the translator needs to translate prior to assessing the student due to technical language. Use accommodation code A102 for those with an IEP. Use code S112 for any other scenarios. And please be advised that when selecting paper pencil editions, $15 charge will be applied if it's without an IEP. Some special considerations. Paper, pencil, Braille, or large print assessments must be marked in eDirect prior to testing. Braille and large print need to be ordered by January 31st, and they have already been done. Additional materials ordering window is March 18th or May 11th. Paper pencil must be downloaded by the DTC via eDirect and printed locally prior to testing. And then all accommodations should also be entered prior to testing. If you are selecting a student to have a paper pencil downloadable copy, please notify Tim Brown so that he can print those copies and deliver them for you. Test tickets and student information. If a student is not listed, you'll need to contact Tim Brown and he will add the student manually. You will then be advised to mark any additional accommodations that the student will need. Tim will assign the student to a test session, and then login information will be generated. Make sure the test tickets have the correct student name and test session on them. And if any issues arise, the test examiner should contact the STC, which is the Building Site Test Coordinator, or the DTC, which is Tim Brown, who can contact DRC's MAP Help. Test tickets and tools accommodations. Even when marked in eDirect, not all tools or accommodations will be displayed on test tickets. The tools accommodations that are displayed are shown in section 8.4 in the test coordinator's manual. Please also be advised that when making changes to test tickets or making changes to accommodations, a new test ticket will need to be printed for the students. Their login information might change, so please make sure that you check in eDirect if their test ticket login information changed after you made those accommodations. Please also note that after making a change in eDirect, you will need to wait 48 hours before you test those students to make sure that the accommodation went through. Blueprints. Blueprints serve as a guide for test construction, arranged by content areas and grades. For example, ELA Grade 3. You'll see the reporting category, the strand, the domain, the cluster, theme, or big idea, point range, and the range of emphasis. Found on the grade level website under the Resources tab in the LEA Guide to the Missouri Assessment Program. Here you will see the timing guidelines for grades 3 through 4. Grade 3 ELA, you will see 3 sessions. Grade 3 Math, you will see 3 sessions. Grade 4 ELA, you will see 4 sessions. Grade 4 Math, 3 sessions. Timing guidelines for grades 5 through 6. Grade 5 ELA, 3 sessions. Grade 5 Math, 3 sessions. Grade 5 Science, 2 sessions. Grade 6 ELA, 3 sessions. Grade 6 Math, 3 sessions. Timing guidelines for grades 7 through 8. Grade 7 ELA, 3 sessions. Grade 7 Math, 3 sessions. Grade 8 Science, 2 sessions. Grade 8 ELA, 4 sessions. Grade 8 Math, 3 sessions. Please be advised that with enabling the text-to-speech universal accommodation, not including ELA reading passages, all sessions will require headphones. Online Tools Trainings, or OTTs. The online tools trainings give users the ability to use the tools available in the Insight testing platform on a variety of item types. Using the online tools trainings will allow users to become comfortable with using the built-in system tools prior to the summative assessments. The online tools trainings are accessible at any time with no limit on usage. Please note that the online tools trainings are only accessible via Google Chrome. You can access those online tools trainings via the website listed, or you can launch each Chromebook in kiosk mode and launch the Insight testing platform, and you'll be able to do the online tools trainings there. Test tutorials. Test tutorials allow users to watch recorded videos that demonstrate the features of Insight and the tools that will be used for the operational assessments. Test tutorials are available for all subjects and are divided by content into 2 categories. General testing topics include tutorials on topics such as testing basics, using the help feature and finishing the test. Advanced tools show grade and include tutorials on topics such as highlighting, using a ruler, graphing, and more. Those are available on eDirect under All Applications, Test Tutorials. You can also find those when you launch the application in kiosk mode. eDirect and Insight. eDirect is the administration site. We'll ensure that proper staff have accounts, which may include the district IT staff, STCs, and some test examiners. District IT staff should log in and download the latest version of the Insight platform and run workstation readiness tests. We will have district IT staff verify that your technology is up to date with the workstation and readiness test. Required or allowed materials. Required material is a workstation with internet access, a monitor or a mouse, and a keyboard for each student. Devices must have Insight properly loaded and certified. Student test tickets provide the secure login information or credentials, your username and your password. The writer's checklists are available in the Insight platform during the writing prompt in ELA Session 1, grades 4 and 8, for students to access. Mathematics reference sheets and the periodic table of elements are available in the Insight platform at the appropriate grades for students to access. Physical copies may also be given to students. They may be copied from the appendices of the manuals. The writer's checklist and math science reference sheets can also be printed from the documents page of eDirect. The writer's checklists and the periodic table of elements and the math reference sheets will be copied and delivered to each building. During online testing, all students may have access to a printed list of the keyboard shortcuts and icons. The list may be printed from the appendices of the manuals. Dictionary, thesaurus, and grammar handbook. Physical English dictionary, physical thesaurus, and physical grammar handbook may only be used on ELA Session 1 of grades 4 and 8, the writing prompt. If the grammar handbook is electronic, it may not connect to the internet. The grammar handbook must be one that is published. It cannot be one that the district, school, or classroom created. An electronic English dictionary and thesaurus is available in the Insight platform to use on the writing prompt in Session 1 of grades 4 and 8. English learners may have access to a physical bilingual dictionary for use only on ELA Session 1 of grades 4 and 8, the writing prompt. Calculators. A physical calculator can be accessed for calculator-allowed items for the mathematics and science assessments. For sessions that allow use of a calculator, an electronic calculator is available in the Insight platform. For all sessions in grade 8, science, and for sessions 2 and 3 in grade 7 and 8, mathematics assessments, a scientific calculator with exponents, trigonometry, and logarithmic functionalities is permitted. Test examiners are responsible for ensuring and verifying that any calculator with the ability to store functions and equations, such as a scientific calculator, has the memory cleared before and after each mathematics assessment. Calculators cannot have internet connectivity or be able to connect to anyone inside or outside the classroom during testing. Students cannot use a calculator on a laptop or other portable computer, pocket organizer, cell phone, watch, device with a typewriter-style keyboard, electronic writing pad, or pen input device unless a particular assistive device is required for a student and is specified on his or her IEP. Prohibited materials. Electronic devices, including any portable device that can connect to the internet or to anyone inside or outside of the classroom, must not be accessible during the testing sessions. Such items include, but are not limited to, cellular mobile phones, any smartwatches, electronic music players, digital cameras, handheld scanners, portable gaming devices, and any device that can connect to the internet. Cell phone and smartwatch policy. As part of your board-approved assessment plan, each district shall have a cell phone smartwatch policy in place that ensures both test security and test validity. The policy should address both students and test examiners. Each classroom is expected to follow the district policy. Some students use their phone to track medical issues such as blood pressure, heart rate, and blood sugar. If the student uses their phone for a medical issue, they can have it in the testing room, but it should be held on to and by the test examiner or a test proctor and not by the student. The phone should also be set up to not disrupt other students by making noise calls, text messages, or other non-medical alerts. Moving students, disruptions or illnesses. Students may need to move during testing because of disruption or illness. Please pause and exit the test. Escort the student to a new location, and log in the student to a new workstation using the same test ticket. Technical issues. In the event of a technical issue, such as a power outage, loss of internet connection, or network failure, students will be logged out and the test will automatically be paused. Students' submitted responses will not be lost. The system will save up to the last completed item. Every time students move to the next item, their responses will be saved. It will not save partial or incomplete responses. Students will need to log in after they resume testing. Invalidations. Tests are not invalidated because of students' behavior or the judgment of student effort. Only invalidations are invalidated because of cheating. Only the DTC can invalidate a test, and it should be done as soon as possible while the circumstances are fresh in your mind. A letter signed by the superintendent is then faxed to DESE. Please follow the instructions from the TCM, section 10.3. After testing, the DTC's responsibilities is at 100% return of all paper, pencil, braille, and large print assessments. The DRC will audit the returned shipments. They will use the online materials accountability form, and we will securely destroy immediately all test tickets and scratch paper. Shipping of paper, pencil, large print, and braille test books and materials must be shipped back to DRC. The deadline to schedule pickups is May 26th, and materials must be picked up by May 29th. This has been the 2019-2020 Missouri grade level assessments training video for all teachers, proctors, and anyone that will have any contact with this year's MAP assessment. Thank you.